your ambitions, your desires, the life you've imagined for yourself, all of it feels so far out of reach. You feel stuck, frustrated, and unsure of how to get ahead. What's the missing link? Why are you not moving forward? It's time. Time is the one resource you cannot replace. Once it's gone forever. Yet so many of us spend our precious time aimlessly, not even realizing that we're in the habit of wasting it. We let distractions control us, we procrastinate, and we allow life to pass us by. But this moment right now can change everything. Imagine for a moment that you have all the time you need to build the life you've always dreamed of. Imagine waking up every day, knowing exactly what you need to do, taking deliberate action, and making steady progress toward your goals. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be lies in how you use the time you have. Time is the one thing we all have in equal measure, and it's also the one thing most people waste without realizing the cost. Today, you're going to stop wasting time. You're going to start winning. And the first step is to understand how time is slipping through your fingers and how you can take control. 1. Take responsibility for your time. It's so easy to blame external factors. It's easy to point the finger at your job, your environment, your relationships, or even luck. We like to think that if only things were different, we would be more productive, more successful, more focused. But blaming others or circumstances for your lack of time management is the first step toward failure. It's time to stop playing the victim of your own life. Take full responsibility for how you spend every minute of your day. When you do, you unlock your power to change. Every decision you make, what you eat, what you watch, what you do, who you spend time with, is your responsibility. If you're not happy with where you are in life, it's not the fault of your job, your family, or your circumstances. It's your responsibility to take control of your time, to stop allowing the outside world to dictate what you do with it. When you take responsibility, you take ownership of your future. The first step to stop wasting time is to stop blaming and start owning your choices. Every minute counts. Make every one of them count. The moment you realize that your time is in your hands, you realize that you can shape your destiny. 2. Get rid of the distractions. Distractions are the silent killers of success. They take your focus away from what matters most and leave you spinning your wheels. They are the small things that seem innocent at first, but over time, take up your most valuable resource, time. Think about it. How often do you get caught up in checking your phone, scrolling through social media, watching videos, or engaging in endless conversations that have no bearing on your goals? These distractions feel like small, insignificant moments, but they add up and they rob you of your potential. To start winning, you must eliminate distractions. The most successful people in the world understand this principle. They don't let distractions rule their lives. Instead, they make time for what matters and they cut out everything else. Start by identifying the biggest distractions in your life. What is keeping you from focusing on what's most important? Is it social media, mindless television, negative people? Once you know what these distractions are, create a strategy to minimize or eliminate them. Set boundaries with your time. When you're working toward your goals, be intentional about how you spend every minute. Turn off notifications. Limit your time on social media. Set designated hours to work and treat that time as sacred. The more you protect your time from distractions, the more time you have for meaningful work that gets you closer to your success. 3. Master your daily routine. The most successful people on the planet aren't lucky. They've mastered their routines. A well-structured day is a powerful tool. If you want to stop wasting time and start winning, you need to have a daily routine that aligns with your goals. You cannot succeed by simply hoping that you'll get things done. You must intentionally plan your day so that every hour counts. When you wake up in the morning, you set the tone for the rest of the day. Successful people don't leave their day to chance. They know exactly what they need to accomplish, and they have a plan to get it done. They wake up with purpose. They plan their day the night before, and they take action immediately. To master your routine, start by identifying your most important tasks. These are the tasks that will move you closest to your goals. Whether it's working on a project, investing in learning, or building relationships, you must prioritize these tasks and tackle them first. Start each day with a morning ritual. It could be exercise, meditation, or reading something that fuels your mind. This gives you the mental clarity and energy to face the day's challenges. From there, create a to-do list, breaking down your tasks into manageable chunks. Focus on one task at a time without multitasking. When you master your daily routine, you are in control of your time and your progress. 4. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes, like waves on the shore. Some days you feel fired up and ready to conquer the world. Other days, you feel drained, uninspired, and uncertain. If you wait for motivation to show up before you take action, you will never succeed. The key is to build momentum first, and motivation will follow. The act of doing, of taking that first step, even when you don't feel like it, is what generates motivation. When you take action, no matter how small, you create a ripple effect that keeps you moving forward. The most successful people don't wait for motivation. They create it through action. They show up every day, even when they don't feel like it, and they do the work. They understand that success is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about starting where you are, with what you have, and doing the work every single day. Stop waiting for motivation. Create your own momentum. Start now, no matter how you feel. The more you act, the more motivated you will become. 5. Learn to say no. One of the most powerful skills you can develop is the ability to say no. Time is precious. And every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Successful people understand the importance of saying no to distractions, obligations, and people who don't align with their goals. Saying yes to everything is a surefire way to waste your time and spread yourself too thin. The more you take on, the less focus you have for what really matters. To stop wasting time, you need to learn to say no to anything that doesn't bring you closer to your vision. This doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It means being intentional about where you spend your time. It means recognizing that your time is valuable and protecting it from being drained by people or activities that don't serve your goals. Learn to say no to the things that take you off course, and yes to the things that align with your purpose. This one decision will free up your time and give you the focus you need to start winning. 6. Cultivate a sense of urgency. If there's one thing that can turn your life around, it's a sense of urgency. We often waste time because we feel like we have endless amounts of it. We delay, we procrastinate, and we put off the things that matter. But the truth is, you don't have forever. Time is constantly slipping through your fingers. The clock is ticking, and if you don't take action now, you may find yourself years down the road wondering where all the time went. Successful people don't waste time. They move with purpose. They understand that time is a limited resource, and they make every minute count. Cultivate a sense of urgency in everything you do. Act quickly. When you have an idea, don't wait. Take action. When you have a goal, don't delay. Start working on it right away. Every minute you waste is a minute that could be spent creating the life you desire. The more urgency you bring to your actions, the faster you will achieve your dreams. Conclusion: take control of your time. Take control of your life. Time is the most powerful resource you have, but only if you use it wisely. By taking responsibility for how you spend every minute, eliminating distractions, mastering your routine, building momentum, saying no to what doesn't serve you, and cultivating a sense of urgency, you will stop wasting time and start winning. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things with focus, determination, and discipline. The more you align your actions with your goals, the faster your dreams will become your reality. So, take control. Stop waiting. Start acting. And make every second count. The life you've always wanted is right within your grasp, and the only thing standing between you and that success is your ability to use your time effectively. The time is now. Go make it happen. Creating unstoppable momentum. You've heard it before. Momentum is a powerful force. The momentum you create now can carry you through the toughest of times. It's the engine that propels you forward, even when everything seems to be working against you. But here's the truth. Momentum is built through consistent, intentional action. You start small. You begin by making the decision to take action even when you don't feel like it. As you take one small step, another follows. Then, a few days later, you've created a rhythm, a pattern, a force that keeps moving, even on its own. Momentum doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, but once it's in motion, it's unstoppable. The hardest part is starting. Once you make that first decision to act, momentum takes over. It pushes you, motivates you, and carries you forward toward your dreams. The key is to act without waiting for the perfect conditions. Most people wait for everything to align perfectly before they take that first step. But here's what you need to understand. Perfection is an illusion. The perfect time will never come. The stars will never align in a way that makes it easy to move forward. You have to start, no matter the circumstances, and let momentum carry you. Think of momentum like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small, barely noticeable. But with every roll, it gathers more and more snow, building in size and speed. Eventually, it becomes a force so powerful that nothing can stop it. That's how your success works when you build momentum. The importance of being present. Time is fleeting, but so often we waste it by living in the past or the future. The only moment that truly exists is now. You can't change yesterday, and you can't control tomorrow, but you can control today. And today is the only opportunity you have to make progress. When you focus on the past, you trap yourself in regret, guilt, or anger. When you focus too much on the future, you fill yourself with anxiety and fear. But when you focus on the present, you give yourself the power to make things happen. Being present means being fully engaged in the task at hand, not letting your mind wander or your attention drift. It's the ability to focus deeply on what you're doing right now, not on what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. Being present is the key to maximizing your time and energy. How do you become present? Start by practicing mindfulness. Take a moment before you begin your day to breathe deeply and center yourself. Focus on your breath, on your senses, and on the here and now. In moments of high stress or distraction, take a pause, ground yourself, and refocus on what's important. When you live in the present, you become more productive. You give your full attention to the task in front of you, and as a result, your actions become more deliberate, more effective. The more you practice presence, the more you will accomplish in less time. Living with purpose. Purpose is the driving force behind everything successful people do. Living with purpose means understanding your why, the reason behind your goals, your actions, and your aspirations. Without purpose, time slips away with no real direction. But when you are driven by purpose, every moment becomes meaningful. What is your purpose? Why do you get out of bed every morning? What do you want to achieve with your life? When you connect deeply with your purpose, every action you take becomes infused with meaning. Your purpose is the lens through which you filter every decision you make. People who live with purpose have an inner fire that drives them forward. They are not distracted by fleeting pleasures or irrelevant concerns. Their purpose guides them through the day, giving them the energy and determination to do what must be done. To start living with purpose, take a step back and ask yourself, what do I want my life to stand for? This isn't just about your career or finances. It's about the legacy you want to create, the impact you want to have, and the person you want to become. Your purpose will give you the focus and clarity you need to stop wasting time and start creating real lasting success. The power of accountability. Success is not something you can achieve in isolation. It requires accountability. When you have someone, a mentor, a friend, a coach, or even a group holding you accountable, you are more likely to take action and stay focused on your goals. Accountability is not about someone telling you what to do. It's about being responsible to someone, or even to yourself, for the promises you make. When you have someone checking in with you on your progress, it gives you the added push to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. You are far more likely to stick with your commitments when you know someone else is watching. The fear of letting others down or facing the consequences of not following through is often enough to motivate you to stay on track. Find someone who will hold you accountable, someone who challenges you, pushes you, and keeps you on your toes. It could be a friend, a mentor, or a coach. And just as importantly, hold yourself accountable. Set standards for yourself and don't let them slide. Accountability is a powerful tool for success because it forces you to face the reality of your actions and their consequences. Mastering the art of focused action. Success doesn't come from being busy. It comes from focused action. The key to getting ahead is not doing more, but doing the right things with undivided attention. How many times have you found yourself working on something only to realize that you were distracted for the last half hour? Maybe you were checking your email, scrolling through social media, or talking to someone in the middle of your task. When you multitask, your effectiveness diminishes and your time is wasted. Focused action means eliminating distractions, setting clear priorities, and dedicating yourself to one thing at a time. When you focus on one task at a time and give it your full attention, you will accomplish more in less time. How do you focus? It starts with setting specific, measurable goals. Know exactly what you want to achieve and break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. Then, focus all your energy on completing each task with excellence. Stop trying to do everything at once. When you master the art of focused action, you will stop wasting time and start achieving. Stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It's a powerful emotion when it's there, but it can't be relied upon to keep you moving forward. If you wait for motivation to strike, you'll waste more time than you can afford. The real key to success is discipline, the ability to do the work even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you on track when motivation fades. It's the habit of showing up every day and doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is built on consistency. It's the commitment to your goals, even when the excitement is worn off. When you build the habit of discipline, you will no longer be dependent on motivation. You will take action every single day because you know that success is the result of persistent effort, not fleeting inspiration. Start today. No more waiting. Now is the time. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. There will never be a perfect time to take action. The moment you are waiting for is already here. Success requires decisiveness. It requires you to act, not wait. Every moment that you put off your goals is another moment that could have been spent moving you closer to your dreams. The future you want is built on the choices you make today. Stop putting things off. Stop procrastinating. Start today and start with purposeful action. Make each decision count. You've waited long enough. Now it's time to make things happen. Conclusion. Own your time. Own your life. Time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can never get back, and it's the only thing that stands between you and the life you want. By taking control of your time, by focusing on what truly matters, eliminating distractions, taking responsibility, and building the habits that lead to success, you can stop wasting time and start winning. This is your life. Take charge of it. Start today. Your future depends on the decisions you make right now. Stop waiting. Stop wasting time. Own your life and make every moment count. Your success is not only possible, it's inevitable if you decide to act. Now is your time. Go out there and win. The power of consistency and small wins. Success doesn't happen with one grand gesture or a single lucky break. It happens through small wins, day after day. Every small, consistent action you take compounds over time and leads you toward your ultimate goals. Too many people give up after a few attempts because they don't see immediate results. But the truth is, greatness is built on the foundation of small, consistent actions. Think about your goals like building a house. You don't construct a house in a day. You lay one brick at a time, and each brick, no matter how small, gets you closer to completing the structure. Similarly, every action you take today is another brick in the foundation of your success. The key to achieving your dreams is to show up every day ready to do the work. It doesn't matter how big the task is. What matters is that you keep doing it consistently. Those small actions, whether they're related to your business, personal growth, or relationships, all add up. One small win every day is like placing a brick in your success. It's time to embrace the idea that small steps lead to big results. Stop waiting for a breakthrough. The breakthrough happens when you stay consistent in your efforts, no matter how small they seem. Building mental strength through adversity. In the pursuit of success, you will face adversity. This is inevitable. Life will throw challenges at you, and things won't always go your way. But the way you respond to those challenges will determine your path. Adversity is the true test of your mental strength. When things get tough, it's easy to want to quit, to step back and say, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But successful people don't quit. They lean into the discomfort. They use adversity to fuel their growth, not to break them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience. It's an opportunity to learn, adapt, and become stronger. Mental toughness is the ability to keep pushing forward, even when you want to give up. It's the ability to find solutions when everything seems like a problem. When you face adversity, remind yourself that this moment will pass. The difficulties you face today are shaping you into the person you need to become. And the stronger you get, the bigger the challenges you can handle. Focusing on the process, not just the outcome. Too many people focus only on the destination. They fixate on the end result and believe that happiness and success come only when they achieve their goal. But the truth is, success isn't just about the destination, it's about the process. It's about who you become along the way, the lessons you learn, and the growth you experience. When you focus solely on the outcome, you set yourself up for disappointment. There will always be new challenges, new goals to achieve, and new heights to reach. But when you focus on the process, on the daily actions, the effort, the learning you create, a sense of fulfillment that doesn't rely on external achievements. The most successful people understand that the journey is the reward. The joy is in the effort, in becoming better every day, in making progress toward your goals. When you focus on the process, you stop stressing about the outcome and enjoy the growth that's happening in real time. Developing emotional intelligence. Success isn't just about hard skills. It's also about emotional intelligence. Your ability to understand and manage your emotions, as well as the emotions of others, plays a significant role in your success. Emotional intelligence allows you to build stronger relationships, navigate challenges with grace, and stay calm under pressure. Emotional intelligence is the key to maintaining focus, managing stress, and bouncing back from setbacks. It's what keeps you steady when things get chaotic. It helps you make better decisions, communicate more effectively, and lead with empathy. To develop emotional intelligence, start by self-reflecting. Become aware of your emotional triggers. How do you react when you're stressed? When you face failure? When things don't go as planned? Once you identify your emotional patterns, you can start to work on responding in a more constructive, calm, and thoughtful manner. When you master emotional intelligence, you gain the ability to handle anything life throws your way with resilience and poise. This is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Embracing change and adaptability. Change is inevitable. The world is constantly evolving, and so must you. The most successful people are those who embrace change rather than fear it. They understand that change is an opportunity for growth and innovation, not something to resist. Success is not static. To keep winning, you must adapt to new circumstances, learn new skills, and be open to new ideas. Stagnation is the enemy of success. The moment you stop evolving, you stop growing. To embrace change, you must let go of old habits and outdated thinking. If what you're doing isn't bringing the results you want, be willing to change your approach. This might mean learning new technology, acquiring new knowledge, or stepping out of your comfort zone. But if you want to stay ahead, you must be adaptable. Building a legacy of impact. At the end of the day, success is about more than just personal achievement. It's about impact. True success leaves a legacy. It's not just about wealth or accolades, but about the difference you make in the lives of others. What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to impact the world around you? True success is measured not by how much you accumulate for yourself, but by how much you contribute to the world. When you focus on creating a legacy, one built on value, integrity, and service, you become part of something much bigger than yourself. The most successful people understand that success is not just for personal gain. It's about leaving the world better than you found it. Whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your contributions to society, your legacy is what will outlast you. It's the mark you leave on the world, the lives you touch, and the difference you make. Conclusion. Taking ownership of your time, your actions, and your success. You have the power to shape your future. Success is a choice that starts with how you spend your time, how you respond to challenges, and how you manage your actions. When you take ownership of your time, your habits, and your mindset, success becomes inevitable. Stop wasting time. Start focusing on the small actions that add up to big results. Take responsibility for your life. Embrace the discomfort of growth, the process of learning, and the challenge of adapting to new circumstances. Build momentum, stay disciplined, and continue making consistent progress. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And that journey begins right now, with the decisions you make today. It's up to you to make every moment count. Now is the time to take control of your life. Stop wasting time and start winning. Your success begins with you. The role of self-reflection in success. As you move through life, the importance of self-reflection cannot be overstated. Self-reflection is the key that unlocks personal growth. It's in the quiet moments, when you take the time to look inward, that you can truly evaluate your actions, decisions, and mindset. Self-reflection allows you to gain clarity on where you are, where you're headed, and what adjustments are necessary for achieving your goals. Successful people take the time to reflect on their day, their progress, and their mistakes. They don't shy away from the truth about themselves. They look honestly at what they've done and where they've fallen short, and they learn from it. This process allows them to correct course quickly and make better decisions moving forward. To reflect effectively, ask yourself tough questions. What could I have done better today? What did I learn from this setback? How can I improve tomorrow? Did my actions align with my vision? By answering these questions honestly, you ensure that each day is a step forward in your growth. Self-reflection keeps you on track. It helps you identify patterns, build on your strengths, and eliminate weaknesses. The power of consistent learning and unlearning. In the pursuit of success, learning never stops. In fact, the most successful individuals are those who make a lifelong commitment to learning. But it's not just about accumulating knowledge, it's about the ability to unlearn the things that no longer serve you. Sometimes we become attached to old beliefs, habits, or methods that no longer align with our goals. The process of unlearning is just as important as learning. It's about letting go of the outdated strategies and limiting beliefs that hold you back. To move forward, you must be willing to challenge your own assumptions, question your mindset, and let go of outdated habits. The most successful people are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who embrace new ideas and are willing to adapt their thinking to fit the evolving landscape of life. They continuously look for new ways to improve themselves, and they don't let their past hold them back. So, never stop learning. Seek out new knowledge, expose yourself to different perspectives, and constantly evaluate your approach to growth. But also, learn the art of unlearning. Let go of what's limiting you, and make space for new ways of thinking, new habits, and new opportunities. Building your inner circle. The people you surround yourself with will have a profound impact on your success. Your inner circle should be a group of individuals who support, challenge, and inspire you to be better every day. The right people in your life will help you stay accountable, motivate you when you're struggling, and push you to reach your highest potential. Evaluate your relationships. Who are you spending the most time with? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? Success isn't just about hard work and dedication. It's about surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift you and push you forward. Your inner circle should be full of people who are highly driven, positive, and aligned with your vision. There's an old saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. Are the people you're spending your time with helping you move closer to your goals? Are they pushing you to be better, or are they dragging you down? It's time to actively curate your relationships. Surround yourself with those who will challenge you to rise to your best self. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, but it does mean intentionally investing your time and energy in relationships that help you grow, learn, and succeed. Mastering the art of patience and persistence. Success is not a sprint. It is a marathon. And like any marathon, it requires immense amounts of patience and persistence. It's easy to get excited at the beginning of your journey, but the true test comes when the initial excitement fades and the reality of hard work and challenges sets in. Patience is the ability to stay the course, even when the results aren't immediate. It's the understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And persistence is the unwavering commitment to your goals, no matter how many setbacks or obstacles you face along the way. Persistence is what allows you to keep going when everyone else gives up. It's what keeps you moving forward, even when it feels like progress is slow. Persistence is the refusal to quit, the decision to keep fighting for your dreams, no matter what. To develop patience and persistence, you must embrace the long-term process. Trust that your efforts will pay off, even when you don't see immediate results. Focus on the small steps you can take each day, knowing that each small step adds up over time. Success requires the ability to be patient with the process and persistent in your actions. It requires the mindset that no matter how long it takes, you will not stop until you reach your destination. Taking smart risks. Great success rarely comes without taking smart risks. Playing it safe won't lead to extraordinary results. To achieve greatness, you must be willing to step outside your comfort zone, take calculated risks, and embrace the possibility of failure. Smart risks are those that are informed by knowledge, experience, and intuition. They are not reckless, but they do involve stepping into the unknown and trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way. The best opportunities in life are often found in the unknown. They require you to take chances and push past your fears. The most successful people are those who have learned how to assess risk, weigh their options, and take decisive action. It's time to embrace the unknown. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll never take the first step. Instead, take the leap. Trust that you have the ability to figure things out along the way. Smart risks lead to the greatest rewards, and they help you grow, learn, and achieve things that would otherwise be out of reach. Achieving sustainable success. True success is not about short-term wins. It's about achieving sustainable success over the long haul. It's about creating habits and systems that allow you to maintain your progress, continue growing, and thrive for years to come. Sustainable success is the result of consistent effort, continuous learning, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. It's about building the right foundation and creating systems that support your growth and success long term. This means investing in your health, relationships, and personal development while also prioritizing your financial goals. To achieve sustainable success, you must commit to the long-term journey. You must be prepared to make sacrifices today for the rewards you'll reap tomorrow. This means making smart decisions, staying disciplined, and consistently improving every area of your life. Success isn't just about the destination, it's about creating a life that allows you to thrive in every aspect, year after year. Conclusion. Step into your power. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to stop wasting time, take control of your actions, and start winning. It all starts with taking responsibility for your time, eliminating distractions, focusing on what matters most, and creating the habits that lead to success. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Take action today. Commit to the process. Embrace discomfort and stay consistent. The road to success is built by the decisions you make right now. Success is not just for the lucky few. It's for those who are willing to take control of their time, their actions, and their mindset. It's for those who are willing to invest in themselves, to grow, and to evolve. Your success is waiting for you. It's time to step into your power and claim what's yours. Now is your time. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Make it happen. Mastering self-discipline for lasting success. Success isn't just about desire, it's about self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's the practice of committing to your goals regardless of how you feel in the moment. It's about making the hard choice now so you can experience the reward later. Discipline is often the hardest part of success. It requires you to stay focused, to keep going when you'd rather quit, and to put in the work even when you're not seeing immediate results. But it's also the most important ingredient. The most successful people are not always the most talented. They're the ones who have developed the ability to stick to their commitments day in and day out. Self-discipline doesn't mean denying yourself enjoyment or pleasure. It means choosing long-term benefits over short-term gratification. It's saying no to distractions, saying no to instant pleasure, and saying yes to hard work, dedication, and focus. When you train yourself to be disciplined, you unlock the path to true success. The power of consistent learning and self-improvement. In a world that is constantly changing, one of the most important habits you can cultivate is the habit of continuous learning. Every successful person understands that the more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the more opportunities you create for success. Learning is the cornerstone of innovation and success. It doesn't just stop with formal education. It's a lifelong commitment. Whether you're reading books, listening to podcasts, attending seminars, or learning from your experiences, every moment is an opportunity to improve yourself. The key to success is to never stop learning. The most successful people are the ones who understand that they don't have all the answers. And they're constantly seeking knowledge to stay ahead. When you make learning a priority, you give yourself the tools you need to stay competitive, adapt to change, and create new opportunities for growth. Overcoming procrastination. Start now. One of the biggest enemies of success is procrastination. We all do it. We put off the things we need to do, telling ourselves we'll do them later, when the timing is right, when we feel more motivated. But the truth is, there is never a perfect time. If you keep waiting for the perfect conditions to take action, you'll find yourself waiting forever. The key to overcoming procrastination is simple. Start now. It doesn't matter if you don't feel fully prepared or if the conditions aren't ideal. The most important thing is to take that first step. Once you start, momentum will build, and the task will feel less overwhelming. Every moment you spend procrastinating is time you'll never get back. Stop waiting. Take action now. Even if it's a small step, take it. That first step is often the hardest, but once you've taken it, the rest will fall into place. Investing in your health and energy. Your body is your most valuable asset. Without your health, none of your ambitions or goals matter. Investing in your physical health is not only necessary for your well-being, but it's also a key element of achieving success. When you take care of your body, you have the energy, the mental clarity, and the physical stamina to tackle whatever comes your way. Successful people understand that their health is the foundation for everything else in life. They prioritize exercise, sleep, and a healthy diet, knowing that when their body is in top condition, they have the strength and focus to go after their dreams. Start by incorporating simple habits into your day. Move your body, whether it's through a morning workout, a walk during lunch, or stretching before bed. Eat nutritious foods that fuel your body, and get the sleep you need to recharge your mind. These small, consistent actions build up to significant improvements in your energy and productivity. Building confidence through action. Confidence is built through action, not by wishing for it or hoping it will come. When you take action, even in the face of fear or doubt, you build your confidence. Every time you follow through on your commitments, you reinforce the belief in yourself that you are capable of success. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Confidence grows through competence, and competence comes from the experience of taking action, making mistakes, learning, and improving. So, if you want to build your confidence, start by taking action. The more you take action, the more confident you will become, and the more you'll realize that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Confidence doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or feeling like you're ready. It comes from acting, learning, and growing through the process. Embracing the power of adaptability. The world is constantly changing. Success is not about being static, it's about being adaptable. The most successful people in the world are the ones who can pivot, shift, and adjust when faced with new information, obstacles, or opportunities. Adaptability means not getting attached to a single plan, but instead being willing to adjust and evolve as you learn more, as circumstances change, and as you encounter new challenges. It's about being flexible in your approach, but unwavering in your commitment to your goals. Adaptability is the ability to turn challenges into opportunities. It's the skill that allows you to stay calm under pressure and to navigate through uncertainty with confidence. The most successful people know that life won't always go according to plan, and they're prepared to adapt and move forward no matter what. Living with integrity and honor. Success built on integrity is far more valuable than success that's won through shortcuts or deceit. Integrity is about being true to yourself, staying honest in all your dealings, and making decisions that align with your values. When you live with integrity, you build trust with others, and you create a foundation of respect and honor that serves you well in the long run. Living with integrity also means making ethical decisions, even when it's difficult. It's about doing the right thing, not just the easy thing. When you operate with integrity, you attract people who share your values, and you build a life that is rooted in authenticity. Integrity is what ensures that your success is sustainable. It's the key to creating long-term relationships, fostering trust, and building a reputation that will serve you throughout your life and career. Conclusion: the power of discipline and action. You now understand that success is not about luck. It's about consistent effort, taking responsibility, building discipline, and having the mindset to push through adversity. Every decision you make, every action you take, shapes the reality you're building for your future. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment. The only moment that matters is now. Stop wasting time. Stop hesitating, and take action today. The success you desire is available to you, not tomorrow, not someday, but right now, if you choose to embrace the power of discipline, focus, and unwavering commitment. Your dreams are not impossible. They are within your reach. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decisions you make today. So, take control of your time, your actions, and your future. Every small step, every focused action brings you closer to the success you were meant to achieve. Start now. Don't wait. Your success is not an option. It's inevitable. The path is clear, and the time to act is now. Go make your future happen. There comes a moment in every life where silence grows louder than noise, where the mirror stares back, not with judgment, but with a question. Are you becoming who you were meant to be, or who you've been told to be? Every day, this question hangs in the air, waiting, not with pressure, but with possibility. You see, success isn't some mysterious mountain reserved for the chosen few. It's not a trick of fate or luck. It's not for the lucky, the born rich, the well-connected. No, success is a decision made not once, but daily, quietly, relentlessly, in the unseen hours, in the uncomfortable moments, in the choices no one claps for. Every day is a vote for your future. Every small step, a silent declaration. I'm not staying where I am. The problem is, most people don't realize that every step counts. They wait for the big leap, the spotlight, the perfect timing. But life doesn't reward those who wait. Life rewards those who work, who refuse to retreat, who understand that progress isn't loud, it's consistent. That greatness isn't a mood, it's a mindset. That every ordinary day is a divine opportunity to take one extraordinary step forward. So, let's make a decision right now. Let's stop worshiping comfort. Let's stop begging for motivation. Let's stop playing small to protect our fears. From this moment forward, we rise on disciplined step at a time. Because every day, every breath, every sunrise is another step closer to success. And it begins not with the world, but with you. Attitude. The architect of everything. Attitude is not decoration. It's not a smile pasted over despair. Attitude is the architect of reality. It is the software that runs the operating system of your life. If it's outdated, if it's infected with victimhood, if it's corrupted by excuses, you will build failure, even while working hard. But if your attitude is upgraded, sharp, focused, hopeful, and grounded in personal responsibility, then even in chaos, you build something meaningful. Every day, people wake up and hand their attitude over to circumstance. They say, I'll be in a good mood if today goes well. But that's like saying, I'll believe in the sunrise if it's sunny. No, your attitude must precede your outcomes, not follow them. Your energy leads your results. Your outlook shapes your output, and your belief drives your behavior. Don't ask, what's going to happen today? Ask, what am I going to bring to today? You want to know how millionaires think? They don't wait for circumstances to align. They align themselves with what they desire. They show up with belief before proof. That's what separates winners from wishers. You don't get rich by accident. You get rich by habit. You get rich by vision. And vision is born in attitude. So if you want to change your life, don't start with your bank account. Start with your mindset. Because your attitude is your asset. Communication. Speaking the language of value. The most underutilized wealth-building skill on earth is this: learning how to communicate with power, not to impress, not to manipulate, but to connect, to lead, to shift minds and unlock doors that talent alone can't open. There are people right now less talented than you, less experienced than you, earning more than you, because they learned to speak their value. Understand this: your value is not just in what you do, it's in how you convey it. You could be a genius at your craft, but if you speak with uncertainty, you'll be overlooked. You could have wisdom that could change lives, but if you mumble your message, the world won't hear you. Words create perception. Perception creates opportunity, and opportunity creates wealth. Every day you remain silent about your greatness is another day you choose invisibility. Learn to communicate. Learn to tell your story without apology. Learn to present your ideas without shrinking. Learn to articulate your dreams without begging for permission. Speak as if the world depends on your clarity, because your world does. And remember, communication is not just what you say, it's how you show up. Your energy speaks before your mouth opens. Your posture is a paragraph. Your eye contact is a statement. Don't wait to be discovered. Be unforgettable. Self-discipline. The invisible currency of winners. If success had a scent, it would smell like sweat. If it had a sound, it would be silence at 5 a.m. before the world wakes up. If it had a texture, it would be the rough grind of repetition. Self-discipline is not punishment. It is liberation. It frees you from regret, from chaos, from mediocrity. It's the invisible contract between who you are now and who you are becoming. The average person avoids discipline because it feels like restriction, but the master embraces it because it is the path to freedom. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. It's putting purpose over pleasure, long-term vision over short-term comfort. It's eating the broccoli when your mind screams for cake. It's saying no to the party because your dream didn't RSVP. It's opening the laptop, closing the social media, making the call, finishing the rep, writing the plan, studying the course. Not once, but again and again and again, until success becomes inevitable. Do you want power, authority, mastery? Then fall in love with discipline, not the result, the process. Because in the end, discipline is not what builds your dream. Discipline is what builds you. Mindset. The garden where everything grows or dies. Your mindset is not an accessory. It is the soil. Every belief you plant grows in that soil. Every habit, every action, every result sprouts from your internal world. So here's the truth. You cannot out-earn your mindset. You cannot outperform your self-image. You cannot build a castle with the blueprint of a shack. You must begin within. Most people try to change their lives from the outside. In new job, new car, new clothes, new location. But that's like repainting a broken engine. It looks better, but it doesn't run better. You want a better life? Build a better mind. And that starts by eliminating the two thieves that rob you daily. Doubt and delay. Doubt whispers, you're not enough. Delay says, you can do it later. Together, they bury your potential in a graveyard called almost. But not you. Not anymore. You're going to learn to challenge the lie. Rewrite the narrative. Plant something stronger. From this moment, you wake up and choose intention. You say, I am the architect. I am the authority. I am no longer negotiating with mediocrity. Because if your mind doesn't believe in the vision, your life will never reflect the mission. Mindset is not just positivity. It's not chanting affirmations while avoiding action. It's war. A quiet, relentless war between who you are and who you could be. And the only way to win that war is to keep showing up. Every day. One step closer. Habits. The invisible hand that sculpts your future. The world sees the success, but the habit built it. The mansion didn't appear. It was laid brick by brick, decision by decision, done when no one was watching. You want wealth? Develop the habits that wealth requires. You want influence? Develop the habits that influence demands. You want health, peace, confidence, clarity? Then you must train for it daily. Habits are proof that discipline lives in your bones. They are the compound interest of personal greatness. They start small, so small they feel insignificant. Waking up 30 minutes earlier. Reading 10 pages instead of scrolling. Stretching before bed instead of drinking yourself numb. Tracking your finances instead of ignoring your bank balance. But here's the secret. Small hinges swing big doors. It's not about dramatic change. It's about relentless repetition. The difference between you and the life you want is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even time. It's alignment. Align your habits with your goals, or your habits will destroy your goals. Every action is a vote. Every choice is a seed. Every day, you are either building your dream or burying it. There is no neutral. So build. Build even when it's boring. Build even when it's hard. Build until who you want to be is no longer a fantasy, but your default setting. Purpose. The fire that makes pain worth it. Life will hit you. It won't ask permission. It won't give you a warning. But if you have purpose, you don't break. You burn brighter. Purpose is not a job title. It's not something you find in a book. It's not something someone gives you. It's what makes you come alive. Purpose is why you rise when everything says fall. It's the voice in your chest louder than the noise outside. It's the reason behind the reps, the rejection, the resistance. And you must build it. You don't discover purpose lying on a couch. You forge it through pursuit. Do what challenges you. Do what scares you. Do what makes you feel. Because your purpose doesn't show up in comfort. It shows up in movement. And when you find it, everything changes. Suddenly, the pain has context. The setbacks become fuel. The failures become fertilizer. You stop chasing approval. You stop comparing journeys. You stop waiting to feel ready. And you start walking with fire in your chest. Because now, you're not just surviving. You're becoming. Time. The only currency you never get back. Let's be clear. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose relationships and rebuild them. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. Time is the most unforgiving, unstoppable, and unrelenting force you will ever face. Yet most people spend their time like it's infinite. Like tomorrow is guaranteed. Like next year will magically reward what they neglected today. But not you. You've decided to live like time matters. You've decided to stop spending your days and start investing them. You're not just passing time, you're multiplying it. You're buying back hours by being intentional. You're saying no to distractions, to drama, to dead weight. You're trading Netflix for knowledge, comfort for conviction, numbness for now. Because you understand the math of life. 1 wasted hour a day equals 15 wasted days a year. 1 wasted year equals 10 years off your dream. But 1 focused year can change everything. So treat time like the treasure it is. Guard it. Honor it. Use it. Because every second holds a seed of success if you plant it wisely. Belief. The root system of all results. Belief is not a luxury. It is necessity. Before success ever shows up in your life, it must first show up in your mind. You cannot build a future you don't believe you deserve. You cannot chase a destiny you think is beyond you. Every action, every decision is a reflection of what you believe is possible. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your beliefs. And belief isn't about hype. It isn't blind optimism. It is built brick by brick through evidence and exposure. You must expose yourself to greatness, to stories of triumph, to people who prove it's possible. You must build your belief by doing the hard things, by keeping promises to yourself, by showing up when quitting feels easier. Because every time you do what you didn't think you could, you stretch your belief. You prove to your mind that the old limits were lies. And when your belief grows, so does your life. The size of your dream will never exceed the size of your belief. So upgrade it. Believe, not because the world told you Tobit, because you've decided that your past is not your prophecy. You're not a prisoner to who you've been. You are a sculptor of who you're becoming. And belief, that's your chisel. Resilience, the muscle you build in the dark. Let's talk about pain. Not the kind you can post about. Not the kind that earns sympathy. The silent kind. The kind that lingers in the quiet. The kind that whispers, maybe it's not worth it. That's the battlefield of resilience. Resilience is the ability to stay standing while the storm rages. It's what remains when the applause fades, the motivation runs dry, and all that's left is you and the mountain. Success is not built by the strongest. It's built by the most willing to keep getting up. You want to rise? Then stop fearing the fall. Understand this. Pain is not your enemy. It's your trainer. It's the resistance that grows your capacity. Every setback is strength training for the soul. Every rejection is refinement. Every disappointment is instruction. Most people break at the sign of resistance. But those who win, they bend, they stretch, they endure, and they rise. Harder to kill, clearer in purpose, more dangerous to doubt. So when pain knocks open the door and say, teach me, because resilience is not the absence of struggle. It is the presence of something stronger than struggle you. The wealth mindset. Think rich before you are. Wealth does not begin in the wallet. It begins in the mind. If you think like a slave to your circumstances, you will serve your limitations forever. But if you think like a builder, if you begin to value your time, your skill, your focus, then, even with nothing, you have everything. Let's be real. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a mindset problem. They believe money is evil. They believe wealth is for other people. They believe that success must come with suffering. But that's not truth. That's programming. And if you want to change your wealth, you must change the code. Money is not the goal, it's a mirror. It reflects what you value, how you serve, what you believe. You don't chase money. You attract it by becoming a person of undeniable value. Wealthy people think in terms of systems, not paychecks. They invest in knowledge, not entertainment. They build assets, not liabilities. They create solutions, not distractions. You want to be rich? Then stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a creator. Every day you choose your identity. Victim or victor. Beggar or builder. Follower or founder. And the world doesn't pay you for how hard you work, it pays you for the value you create. So don't just increase your hustle, increase your worth. And wealth will follow. Fear, the doorway disguised as a wall. There's a moment before every breakthrough when fear gets loud. It's the voice that says, don't try, you'll fail. Don't speak, they'll laugh. Don't move, it's not safe. That's not intuition. That's your old self panicking as your new self rises. Fear is not truth. It's a test. And most people fail it because they misread it. They see fear as a wall. But fear is not a wall. It's a door, and only the brave get to find out what's on the other side. What's funny is, the very thing you fear most is often where your future hides. The speech you're scared to give, that's the start of your influence. The call you're afraid to make, that's the bridge to your next opportunity. The business idea you keep doubting, that's the beginning of freedom. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to own you. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of it. So walk through the fire, walk into the discomfort, walk toward the thing that shakes your bones. Because every time you conquer fear, you shrink its voice and expand your future. One step closer. Influence. You're always leading someone. Whether you realize it or not, you are a leader. Every word you speak, every choice you make, every standard you hold or break someone is watching. You don't need a title to lead. You need integrity. You don't need followers to be influential. You need alignment between what you say, what you do, and who you are when no one is looking. Leadership begins with self. You cannot lead others until you lead yourself. Lead your emotions. Lead your distractions. Lead your time. Lead your habits. And then, and only then, can you lead with power. Real influence is not about controlling people. It's about inspiring them to rise. It's showing them what's possible, not through speeches, but through standards. Every time you show up early, every time you choose courage over comfort, every time you stay consistent when others quit, you are shaping someone's idea of what's possible. You are raising the bar. And the most powerful influence you will ever have, the ability to look in the mirror and say, I followed through. I kept the promise. I became the person I said I'd be. That is leadership, identity. You act like the person you think you are. You don't behave based on your goals. You behave based on your identity. That's why someone can say they want to be successful but still sabotage every opportunity. Because deep down, they don't believe they deserve it. They haven't upgraded their self-image. They're still wearing the costume of their past while trying to walk into their future. But listen, your identity is not permanent. You are not bound by who you've been. You are not cursed by old mistakes. You are not the echo of someone else's judgment. Identity is a choice, reinforced by action, sealed by repetition. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, you will act like one. If you see yourself as unworthy, you will subconsciously reject every blessing. But if you begin to see yourself as a disciplined person, a leader, a builder of value, someone who finishes what they start, your life will bend to match that belief. You're not faking it. You're forging it. So speak it. Not, I hope I become. Say, I am consistent. I am powerful. I am becoming everything I was born to be. And then act accordingly. Because every behavior is a vote for the identity you're building. And when identity and intention align, success becomes inevitable. Emotional mastery. Control your state or be controlled. Let's get real. Most people aren't losing because of lack of talent. They're losing because of lack of emotional control. They let every trigger become a tornado. Every disappointment becomes a derailment. Every delay becomes a declaration of doom. But if you cannot manage your emotional state, you are not free. If your mood dictates your moves, you're a puppet of circumstance. You must become the thermostat, not the thermometer. You don't react to life. You set the temperature for how life affects you. Emotional mastery is not bottling things up. It's not pretending everything is fine. It's recognizing your emotions without worshiping them. It's having the awareness to say, yes, I feel this, but I don't have to obey it. Anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, they are signals, not shackles. They are calls to rise, not commands to retreat. Mastery is the ability to pause between impulse and action, to take a breath, to ask, who do I want to be right now? It's responding with purpose, not reacting with pain. It's the difference between self-control and self-destruction. And it is one of the highest forms of power you will ever know, alignment. When who you are matches what you do. You want peace? Then stop living in contradiction. Because the most exhausting life you can live is a life out of alignment. Saying one thing, doing another. Pretending to believe, but secretly doubting. Looking successful, but feeling hollow. True success is not just external achievement, it's internal integrity. It's when your actions match your values. It's when your words reflect your truth. It's when the person in public and the person in private are the same. When you live in alignment, energy flows. When you don't, you feel drained, confused, scattered. Don't build a life that looks good and feels bad. Build a life that is rooted, whole, untouchable by surface level applause. Because alignment isn't just about doing the right things. It's about doing them for the right reasons. It's not performance. It's congruence. It's walking in your truth so deeply that the world can't shake you even if it doesn't understand you. Alignment doesn't always feel easy, but it always feels real. Self-worth. You train the world how to treat you. You teach others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So let me ask you, what do you tolerate? What do you excuse? What do you allow in your space, your time, your energy? If you accept being undervalued, underpaid, unappreciated, it's not because the world is cruel. It's because you haven't declared your worth. And your worth is not based on your past. It's not based on your resume, not your upbringing, not your mistakes, not your scars. Your worth is intrinsic. But your expression of it, that's a decision. You must choose to show up with standards, set boundaries, speak truth, refuse to shrink, refuse to beg for crumbs when you were born to build tables. Self-worth is the foundation upon which all success stands. Without it, you'll build empires for others while doubting you deserve your own. But with it, you walk into rooms with quiet fire. You stop chasing and start choosing. You stop needing approval and start living in authority. Not arrogance, authority. Because when you know your worth, you don't compete. You command. Commitment. You become who you refuse to abandon. You can dream. You can plan. You can visualize. But if you don't commit, nothing happens. Commitment is not convenience. It's not passion. It's not temporary motivation. It's wartime loyalty to your vision, even when the world turns quiet, even when progress disappears, even when nobody understands. Commitment is staying in the room when it gets uncomfortable. It's waking up at 5 a.m. after a night of doubt and still moving. It's hearing the voice that says, just give up, and answering with, watch me keep going. Success doesn't come to those who are the best. It comes to those who refuse to leave the path. When others quit, they stay. When the excitement fades, they persist. When the fire dims, they become the spark. The difference between the person who becomes something great and the one who lives with regret is never circumstance. It's commitment. The greats never had guarantees. They had grit. And now it's your turn. Legacy. Your life is a message. Make it loud. You weren't just born to survive. You were born to echo. Every life touches another. Every word plants a seed. Every choice becomes a ripple in someone else's ocean. Whether you realize it or not, you are writing your legacy right now. In how you show up, in how you fight, in what you tolerate, in what you pursue. Your legacy is not defined by what you say, it's written in what you prove. Will your children remember your excuses or your example? Will your story be one of retreat or resilience? Will the world be slightly more alive, more awakened, more better because you dared to go all in? You are not just a name. You are not just a number. You are a force. And every time you take another step, every time you rise when it's easier to rest, every time you decide to keep becoming, you're shaping the story others will be inspired by. You are becoming the reason someone else doesn't give up. That's legacy. Not money, not status, not things, but the transformation you ignite just by being fully alive. Closing. Today is your turning point. No more waiting. No more doubting. No more asking for permission to be great. This is it. This is the moment that divides your past from your power. The moment you stop circling the mountain and begin climbing it. The moment you stop talking about success and start embodying it. Because the truth is, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience, from survival, from wisdom earned through fire, from failure that didn't finish you. You're not too late. You're right on time for your next level. And from this moment on, your mantra is simple. Every day, one step closer, one step in discipline, one step in boldness, one step in truth, one step in value, one step in who you were born to be. You don't need 1,000 steps today. You need one. Then tomorrow, another, and the next day, another. And if you keep moving, no matter how slow, then success is not a matter of if, but when. So rise, wake up your mind, command your emotions, fortify your habits, speak your value, protect your time, live in alignment, declare your worth, ignore the noise, move with purpose, think with vision, walk like you belong, and believe deep in your bones that the life you want is not a fantasy. It is waiting for you on the other side of daily decision. So go build it, go earn it, go live it. Because every single day, with every single choice, you are one step closer to success. Energy. Guard the fuel that drives your future. Energy is not just a feeling. It is your currency. You can have talent, vision, drive, but if you're drained, you won't follow through. If your energy is scattered, your greatness is leaking. High performance is not just about time management, it's about energy management. And you must protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop giving your best energy to things that don't build you. Stop trading your peace for approval. Stop surrendering your clarity to chaos. Stop letting low-energy people live rent-free in your high-value mind. Energy is not just physical. It's emotional, mental, spiritual. What you eat, what you think, what you believe, who you surround yourself with, what you tolerate, what you consume online, what you allow into your heart, all of it adds or subtracts from your future. So be ruthless. Clean your space. Cut off what drains. Invest in what fuels. You don't need more time. You need more presence in the time you already have. Because the most successful people are not always the most intelligent. They're the most energized, the most focused, the most intentional with their fire. And if you don't manage your energy, your excuses will. Environment. Success cannot grow in poison. Imagine planting a seed in toxic soil. You water it, You speak to it, you believe in it, but still it dies. Not because the seed was weak, but because the environment was wrong. The same goes for you. You cannot grow in a space filled with gossip, chaos, mediocrity, and passive aggression. You cannot evolve in rooms where your dreams are mocked, your boundaries are dismissed, and your greatness feels like an inconvenience to those around you. Success requires sacred ground. You must protect your environment like it's sacred because it is. This includes the people you spend time with, the conversations you allow, the noise you expose your nervous system to, the media you consume, the beliefs that float in your atmosphere. Most people don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they're too loyal to toxic spaces. Your future deserves better soil. So, walk away from what poisons you, even if it's familiar, even if it's been with you forever, even if it's wrapped in the face of someone you love. Because the cost of staying in the wrong environment is higher than the pain of walking alone for a season. Surround yourself with alignment, with vision, with truth, with energy that pulls you forward, and watch your life bloom like it never has before. Execution. The world pays for done, not intention. Let's get practical. The world does not reward your thoughts. It does not reward your dreams. It does not reward your vision board. It rewards what you finish. You can have the best ideas, the deepest purpose, the most powerful calling, but if you don't execute, it's just noise. Execution is not complicated. It's just rare. It's saying, I will get this done no matter what. It's learning how to move without waiting to feel ready. It's showing up on the days when your confidence is on zero. It's putting action before analysis. It's starting before you see the full staircase. Execution is gritty. It's not glamorous. It's not aesthetic. It doesn't always look good, but it always builds something. Ideas are cheap. Execution is wealth. The people winning in this world aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who finished. So whatever it is that's been on your heart, the book, the business, the move, the decision, the habit, stop thinking about it. Finish it. Consistency. Greatness is built in the days no one sees. If motivation gets you started, consistency gets you somewhere. Everyone starts strong. Everyone sets goals. Everyone posts the new me on January Honest. But only the few who stay when it stops being sexy become unstoppable. Consistency is the difference between temporary hype and permanent transformation. It's not about being perfect. It's about being predictable. Predictable to your standards. Predictable to your vision. Predictable in your pursuit of mastery. Let me tell you a secret. Success doesn't come to the person who moves the fastest. It comes to the person who doesn't stop. It's not about taking 10 steps forward and 5 back. It's about 1 step every day, even if it's small. Show up when you're tired. Work when no one claps. Practice when it's boring. Rebuild when life breaks you. Keep walking when others sit down. Consistency doesn't mean life won't get hard. It means you've decided that the hard won't stop you. It means your dreams are stronger than your excuses. So keep swinging. Keep stacking the wins. Keep becoming. Because momentum belongs to the committed. And if you refuse to quit, success can't help but meet you in the path. Courage. Fear never leaves you. Just outgrow it. People wait for fear to leave before they act. But fear doesn't leave. Fear evolves. Fear adapts. Fear follows you, whispering in different forms as you rise. You think the fear of starting is the biggest? Wait until you succeed, then face the fear of sustaining. Wait until you lead, then face the fear of being misunderstood. Wait until you're seen, then face the fear of exposure. But here's the truth. You do not need the absence of fear. You need the presence of courage. Courage doesn't mean you aren't afraid. Courage means you decided fear doesn't get the final vote. Every single time you act, in spite of fear, you reclaim power. You weaken the chains. You prove to your nervous system that you are not a slave to sensation. You become dangerous to mediocrity. And let's be clear, the world needs more dangerous people. Not violent, not reckless, but people unafraid to live fully, unafraid to be seen, unafraid to stand alone, unafraid to choose the hard path on purpose. So do it scared, do it trembling, do it sweating and doubting. But for God's sake, do it. Because courage is not a personality trait, it's a practice. And the more you practice it, the more you become a person the world cannot ignore. Truth, the most powerful thing you can stand on. You can lie to the world and still rise. But if you lie to yourself, you're already falling. You want to know what the real prison is? It's living out of alignment with your own truth. Pretending to love what you secretly resent. Smiling when your soul is screaming. Saying yes when your body says no. Numbing the voice that says, this is not who I am. Success without truth is sickness. Fame without integrity is rot. Money without meaning is a cage built from gold. Truth is the anchor that keeps you grounded in storms. It's the mirror that tells you you're off track. You're settling. You're capable of more. You were not born to pretend. And it's not always comfortable. Truth offends before it liberates. But liberation is worth it. When you stand in your truth, your no becomes sacred. Your yes becomes fire. Your direction becomes divine. So stop lying to yourself about how much time you have. Stop lying about how fine you are. Stop lying about how maybe one day will save you. One day is today. And truth, that's where everything real begins. Transformation. Becoming is a process of fire. Transformation doesn't feel like magic. It feels like death. The death of who you used to be. The death of patterns that used to protect you. The death of relationships that no longer recognize the new you. You see, transformation is not comfortable. It's not pretty. It's not designed to please the world. It is violent in its clarity. It is surgical in its removal. It is sacred in its demand for total surrender. Most people avoid transformation because they don't want to lose parts of themselves. But here's the paradox. You can't become who you are until you let go of who you're not. You can't carry your future while clinging to your past. You can't rise in value while holding on to small thinking. You can't enter the next chapter if your hands are full of expired pages. Transformation will cost you the comfort of familiarity. But what it gives you in return is worth every tear, every loss, every silent night of doubt. It gives you clarity. It gives you power. It gives you freedom. It gives you alignment. And the only requirement is this. You must let the old you die, because your next level doesn't recognize who you used to be. It's calling the version of you that knows how to answer. Destiny. You are not random. You are required. You are not here by chance. You are not some accident in the cosmic lottery. You were born for a reason. You were sent here with something this world needs, and if you don't deliver it, that void remains unfulfilled. Your voice matters. Your energy matters. Your presence changes rooms. Your story awakens others. Your courage gives someone else permission to rise. That is not ego. That is assignment. And you cannot fulfill that assignment by shrinking, by hiding, by trying to please everyone. You must step fully into it, because destiny doesn't chase. It calls, and only the brave answer. Destiny is not a destination. It is a posture, a way of being, a daily devotion to who you were designed to become. But it won't force itself on you. You must choose it. You must fight for it. You must bleed for it. You must trust it when the plan makes no sense, but the purpose won't leave you alone. Your destiny is written in the way your heart breaks for what others ignore. It's found in the dreams that won't die no matter how many times you fail. It's hidden in the very thing you keep trying to suppress. And if you follow it with everything you have, You will become unstoppable, no, because of your strength, but because you're finally aligned with the truth of why you were born. The long game. Master the power of staying in the race. The world loves speed, but destiny loves endurance. We're taught to obsess over how fast we can make it, how quick we can get rich, how fast we can grow followers, how soon we can feel successful. But let me tell you what greatness actually respects. The long game. The person who plants seeds and waters them for years, even when there's no fruit. The person who chooses mastery over attention. The person who works in silence while the world chases clout. The person who endures 0 quiet hours, so that when their time comes, they are ready. Success is not about explosive beginnings. It's about sustainable momentum. And the only way you build that is by staying in the game longer than the voices telling you to quit. Let the others burn out chasing hype. You'll build legacy by staying rooted. Because the fruit always shows up if the root doesn't quit. Spiritual alignment. Move with something greater than you. There is a force beyond motivation, beyond talent, beyond strategy. It's called spiritual alignment. It's when what you do on the outside matches what you know deep inside. It's when your actions become extensions of your soul's instructions. That's not religion. That's reverence. It's waking up and saying, use me, move through me. Let my life mean something bigger than me. Because purpose without spiritual power is a house without foundation. You can climb the ladder, but it will collapse under pressure. But when you move in alignment, doors open that logic can't explain. Strength rises when you should be tired. Resources come when you've run out. Peace covers you in the middle of the fire. Because now you're not striving, you're walking in design. You've become a vessel, and the work you do becomes divine. Live as your future self. Now, stop waiting. Stop saying, one day. Stop negotiating with your greatness. Your future self is already alive, but it's waiting for your permission to show up in your present. You want to be wealthy? Start thinking, acting, and deciding like someone who already is. You want to be a leader? Walk into rooms like one, speak like one, sacrifice like one. You want inner peace? Then stop feeding chaos and start choosing alignment with every breath. The bridge between who you are and who you're becoming is built in today's decisions. Every time you delay, you teach your subconscious that your future doesn't matter. But every time you act in alignment, even when the results haven't caught up yet, you accelerate time. You compress years into months. You collapse distance between vision and manifestation. You bring the future forward by refusing to live as anything less than the version of yourself you know you could be. So live today as if you've already arrived, because the world doesn't respond to your potential. It responds to your posture. Unleash the non-negotiable mindset. There is a level of power you unlock when your standards are no longer up for discussion. When you stop needing motivation. When you stop making decisions based on feeling. When you say, I don't skip workouts. I protect my mind. I build, even when I'm tired. I speak truth, even when it's hard. I execute, no matter what. This is the non-negotiable mindset. It's the zone where your dreams stop being optional. It's the shift from hope to command. This is where average breaks. Because most people are only committed until it's hard, until they're tired, until someone doubts them, until life punches them in the mouth. But the non-negotiable mindset says, life doesn't decide how I show up. I do. This isn't about perfection. It's about refusing to retreat. It's about being more loyal to your purpose than to your pain. And when you live here, something wild happens. The doubt gets quieter. The distractions lose their grip. Your steps become heavy with conviction. And people start to notice that there's something different about you. Because there is. You're no longer negotiating with mediocrity. You're executing destiny. Become the storm There was a time when storms scared you. Now, you become them because you've learned that life will never stop throwing chaos. So you stopped waiting for calm and started carrying your own clarity. You stopped praying for easy and trained for strength. You stopped begging for peace and started protecting your inner world like it was sacred ground. You became the kind of person the storm avoids. Why? Because you are the storm. You walk into challenges with fire in your lungs. You look at fear and move forward anyway. You don't need backup. You became your own army. You don't need applause. You bring your own thunder. You don't need to be understood. You speak in lightning, and the right ones feel you. This is what happens when you stop playing defense with your life. You start building a fence with purpose. You take territory. You shift the atmosphere. You change the game. So let the world bring its waves. You've built an anchor, and your name is undeniable. Final ascent. The mountain was always yours. You've walked a long road. You've broken through fear, doubt, delay, silence, and the voices of every person who said you wouldn't make it. But now, you're standing at the edge of everything you've ever wanted. And you finally realize it was never about the mountain. It was never about the external things. It was about who you had to become in the process. Because the real win is not the house, the title, the applause, or the bank account. The real win is that you didn't quit, that you kept walking, that you rose every time life tried to bury you, that you became the kind of person who doesn't need the mountaintop to know they're already royalty. And now you take the next step not out of desperation, but dominion, because you know who you are, because you know what's inside you, because you've earned every scar, every lesson, every inch of this path. And the next step, that's not just progress. It's a declaration that the old you is gone, that the future is yours, and that no matter what life throws, you are every day one step closer to success. And nothing, no one, not time, not fear, not failure, can stop you now